Hi, and welcome to Cosmic Consciousness with Cassia. On this channel, we discuss all aspects of the Ascension process. I have a variety of services that I offer to assist in your awakening journey, and you can find those listed in the description box below. Today, we're going to be doing the daily reading for Tuesday, April 13th, 2021. And today is a day that's ruled by the third eye and guided by flowering. And the galactic signature of today is the yellow electric sun energy. So the Yellow Sun tribe is all about enlightenment, universal fire, and life force. And so we're working with our life force energy today. We're working with the life force energy of the sun. We're honoring the sun and the life that it brings, the vitality that it brings. We're honoring the external sun as well as the internal sun. That internal spark of life force energy that connects to the sun, that is ignited by the sun, right? And we're really working with this energy of enlightenment. So we're working with this energy and this knowing and understanding of that phrase, I am nothing and I am everything. And we're working with this idea that when we empty ourselves of ego, when we empty ourselves of attachment, when we empty ourselves of all of our preconceived beliefs and notions and ideas, we become that empty vessel that is that much more powerful a channel for this life force energy. And we are able to much more easily experience that energy of enlightenment, right? When we release all of those things that are not us and we simply sit in the present moment, being present with what is left, right? So it's a really deep energy that we're working with today. And I was reading a couple different things about this energy. And one thing I really liked was it was explaining about the sun, right? And so the sun does not create life. The sun simply creates the conditions that allow life to flourish. And so we can utilize this knowledge and this understanding of the sun when we work with this energy today, and how we can be like the sun. How the service that we can do today, right? Because this electric tone is all about service, is to radiate the sun of our being out into the world, right? The sun isn't concerned with whether anything grows. The sun is only concerned with itself and its own energy. It simply radiates that life force energy, and everything does grow as a result, but it grows as a result of its own receptivity to the sunlight, right? If the plants are receptive to the sun, they will grow. If we are receptive to the sun, we can receive her health codes and the vitality that she brings. And so it's that energy of the sun, not being concerned with whether or not anything or anyone is receptive, and simply being itself, simply shining its light for all who wish to take advantage of, to utilize in the way that they see fit, in the way that they are receptive to receive. And so really understanding that today, as we go about the world, just radiate that inner light from your being and allow that light to touch whoever it's going to touch, however it's going to touch them. But really be concerned with nourishing your own light today, and the service that we provide when we care for ourselves, when we nurture ourselves, when we take care of our own spiritual condition. The affirmation for today is, hold on, let me grab it here. I activate in order to enlighten bonding life. I seal the matrix of universal fire with the electric tone of service. I am guided by the power of flowering. I am a polar kin. I establish the yellow galactic spectrum. And the additional affirmation for today is, I am Ahau, sun. I am your devotee and your Christ consciousness. I give to you unconditional love and oneness. And the guidance for today is to focus on letting the radiance of your inner sun illuminate and empower your moments. Ascend into the center of your heart and access unconditional love. Bask in the power of your realized wholeness and freedom. So yes, gorgeous, gorgeous energies that we are working with today. Sun salutations are a really great way to take advantage of this day. I'm feeling drawn to say, if you don't know what those are, look those up. It's a morning yoga ritual that honors the sun. It's really beautiful, a really beautiful experience to try. And so for the astrology today, we have the moon still in the sign of Taurus, and the moon is conjunct Uranus today. And I don't know, as I was looking at the chart this morning, I was like, was I talking about the moon being conjunct Uranus yesterday? So if I was, I apologize. The moon is conjunct Uranus today. I might have been getting ahead of myself. It's, this linear time thing and the different ways that it's changing. We're going to blame it on that. But yes, today the moon is conjunct Uranus. And it is also making a relationship. Let me look at my aspects here. To Pallas today. It's in a sextile to Pallas. And so this is a very inventive kind of energy. This is our emotional energy, right? So we are possibly going to find ourselves feeling a little bit more eccentric today. It's also possible, especially when we talk about Uranus, which is like the higher mind, right? And then we talk about Pallas, which is all about strategy and creativity, and also kind of connecting the dots and seeing and understanding patterns and circumstance, right? We could get a deeper understanding of our emotional nature today, of what's going on with our emotional selves. We could be able to connect some of those dots, as we say. This is also a highly creative energy. So get out there today and create. Do things to make, with this Taurus energy, right? Do things to make your space more comfortable. Create some beauty in your surroundings today. Bring that beauty out into the world, right? Radiate that beauty. Connect with that beauty inside and radiate that outward. This is a really great day for meditation, really practicing that emptying of the mind, and that just sitting in that center, really connecting with your center, connecting with your heart, connecting with that life force energy. Fire meditation's great when we're working with universal fire energy and that life force energy, that spark. Meditating on a flame could be really great. Any of these things. But yeah, just a really beautiful energy for us being able to, with Uranus and Pallas, we would say think outside the box, but it's also like a feel outside the box today, right? Because the moon is a feeling, it's an intuition. And so really being able to deepen our intuition today, deepen our connection. And we do also, I'm noticing now as I'm looking at this, have a square going on between the moon and Saturn. So that's a little bit of tension there. Especially when we talk about with the moon in Taurus, it's very much about the comfort zone. So where we're being asked to step outside of our comfort zone, perhaps feeling a little bit of resistance to that. But with the moon conjunct Uranus, we're much more likely to be willing to step out of that, to expand that comfort zone a little bit. I really do believe that we talked about that yesterday, so I'm sorry about that, guys. We were getting ahead of ourselves. But yeah, we were preparing for that energy, right? For that energy that we're feeling today, as we are feeling a bit more expansive and a bit more willing to expand that comfort zone. And then, yes, we are still in all of the energies of the new moon. So I feel like everybody has probably checked out that new moon video by now. If you haven't, go ahead and give that a look. The new moon in Aries. We're still definitely in those energies. I want to thank everyone who came out for the new moon manifesting ceremony last night. It was absolutely amazing. We did a manifestation ritual, and the fire department actually showed up at one of the hosts' space, which was really funny. We were joking about really bringing in the fire, and so it was a beautiful experience. And I'm gonna start linking that ahead of time in the description boxes of my videos, so if you guys want to sign up for that ahead of time, you can feel free to do so. We have a really good time with that, and it was a really powerful time for manifestation over the past couple days, and we're still in that energy. So if you haven't taken advantage of that new moon Aries energy to manifest, to plant those seeds yet, really do, because this is really the kickoff of 2021 in a lot of ways, as far as Aries being that first sign in the zodiac, that initiating that breath of life, right? And so we're really beginning to move. And it came out in a reading the other day how a lot of these eclipses, the energies are sort of tying into this new moon and helping us to move through the phases that prepare us to really align with our manifestations. So there's a lot of powerful energy. Go ahead. A really simple thing that I did after the new moon ceremony last night was I sat down and I wrote out just a present tense, right? Like I am statements, not I want to be, but I am. And I just wrote about the person that I am manifesting, the life that I am manifesting. I am, I do, I have, I go, right? And I just wrote about my life and the life that I am creating, the life that I am manifesting. And it was really interesting because I did that many years ago, probably like 10 years ago. I sat down and I wrote out something about the woman that I wanted to become. And it was really funny because I found this paper, maybe a year ago, or so, I can't remember you guys know how I am with time. But I found it a little while ago and I read it. And I was amazed because I am that person that I was writing about back then. And I was like, wow, that's so interesting. And so I decided to try it again last night and then tucked it away somewhere safe. So maybe in another 5-10 years, I can pull that out and be like, wow, I am that woman. Maybe not even, right? Time is moving, what is time, right? But yeah, it's a really fun exercise to try. All right, clear. Let's get into some cards here. But yes, definitely encourage people to still take advantage of that energy. And just to be really cognizant of your thoughts. This was doing that ceremony was a great reminder for me, because even though I talk about this stuff a lot, sometimes I forget. I don't know how. And so I was letting some of my thoughts wander away with me the past couple days. So it was really nice to get that reminder and to really just tap back in. Right? And so we can tap back in anytime we want. If we find ourselves sort of straying, if we find ourselves falling back into old thought forms, right? Any of that stuff, we can at any time pull ourselves back into alignment. And the energies are still present to be able to do that. Oh, that came flying out. And we get Archangel Azrael quite a lot, right? It's time to let go, prepare for change. And so there are some powerful changes that are coming in the wake of this new moon in Aries, and they've been on the way for a while. We've just been feeling this energy as really bringing some of those into fruition. And so I feel like for some people, changes that you've been waiting on for a while are waiting to come into fully manifest form. It's just there's something you have to release or let go of first. There's something that you're still holding on to that is sort of keeping that process from being able to fully actualize. And right as I said that, it was 11:44 on my timer for the video. So powerful message there. And so it's, what is that last piece that you need to let go of? What are you still holding on to? What aspect of your old self, what aspect of your old life, right? Are you still hanging on to that is sort of kind of like the one stone that's keeping the river from flowing as fully as it wants to flow? And so maybe think about that, meditate on that today for anybody who that may be resonating with. Because see how she's holding this child here. And then there's the infinity sign. It's really hard to see with my lighting. There's an infinity sign above her head. But this child is the new life that wants to be birthed. It's the new creation that's wanting to come into form. And your angels are holding that for you. They're waiting to be able to bestow that upon you. And I don't say that in a way like you haven't worked for it or earned it. I just say that in a way of like, it's there in the ether, waiting to come fully into form, to fully coalesce. But there's something that has to be released first. And so, yeah, just meditate on that. Some of you may know exactly what that is. And then that change will come through for you. For others, I'm feeling like there's just big changes in the works. For some of you, it's stuff that you may not. It may completely blindside you, right? But not ultimately in a good way. Sometimes we don't always see the good at first, but eventually we see and we understand. But I think a lot of people, a lot of these changes, it's going to be very evident what the good is. It's just any type of change can be a shock to the system, right? So we want to be preparing for that. We want to be just constantly releasing and being in that receptive mode. And then we have Archangel Michael coming out. Stand in your power, be true to yourself. And he's also coming out, I feel, to assist in whatever this process is, this process of letting go, this process of releasing. He wants you to call on him. If you need assistance with this releasing, if you don't know how, call on him, ask him to show you, ask him to assist you. He's always ready and willing to do that for people. So I love that energy coming through. And I feel like for some people too, this be true to yourself, right? If there are aspects in our lives where we are not being true to who we are, where we're not honoring our truth, that's energy that blocks our manifestations. Especially if our manifestations are indicative of the truth of who we are. If we're living in ways that are not aligned with our truth, that is effectively blocking that manifestation from coming through. So stay true to yourself, stay true to your path. Don't allow others to dissuade you from that path. I feel like there are people who have people in their lives who, and it's not because they don't want you to be successful. It's simply because they don't see and they don't understand, and they're operating from fear. And so they're placing that fear upon you, and they're sort of telling you like, that's not going to work out. I don't think you should do that. That doesn't make sense. It's that energy of holding ourselves back because of the fears of others. And so or because of the needs of others, and not being sure if we are going to be able to fulfill them. And remember, we're not here to fulfill other people's needs. We're here to fulfill ours. Every person, a really important part of this journey is us learning how to fulfill our own needs. We can be there to assist other people in their own growth and their own journey, right? We can meet partners soul partners, right? Who we move through life with, who have resonant energy and resonant interests that come into our lives and can enrich our lives and help to boost us up, right? Help to support us. But we're not here to directly fulfill anybody else's needs, right? I mean, unless you have children, then yes, of course. Up until a certain age, that is something that we sign up for when we decide to have children. But you guys know what I mean. And so it's really like being true to yourself, this is also that energy of some people dimming themselves in order to fit in, right? Like being afraid to share the things that you're thinking or feeling or understanding, the messages that you're receiving. For some people, a lot of people's channeling abilities are opening up and they're just like, I don't know what to do with these messages. And people are going to think I'm crazy if I start sharing this. And so there's a lot of different ways where people are sort of, feeling as though they need to hold back in order to make others comfortable. And so Archangel Michael's here to help you move through that energy as well. And then we have Archangel Hope. Look for a cosmic gift. Remember, you deserve it. The cosmic gift, right? This came through the other day as well. That's what this baby is. It's the cosmic gift that's wanting to come through for you. And this is, remember, when we got this card last time, we were talking about how seeing the gift in everything is what helps open up that energy, what helps put you in that receptive mode. And I actually want to read it this time out of the book, Archangel Hope. Oh, I love it when this card comes through. Yes. Let's see. Archangel Hope is the twin flame of Archangel Gabriel. She carries divine feminine energy and has her etheric retreat in Malaysia. She is always seen in glowing rainbow light. As her name suggests, she brings hope at the end of a challenging experience. She offers new opportunities, inspiration, gifts, and happiness to those who are ready for the next step. A rainbow is a portent or promise that you are due to receive a reward. And I feel as though some people may have been noticing rainbows lately too. So if you have been, this is especially for you. Under cosmic law, if your heart leaps with joy and gratitude when you see this glorious arc of radiant color, the universe opens a new door for you. Your expression of delight is the key that turns the lock, and Archangel Hope activates this for you. She will also shine light onto your path. This card brings a promise of a reward or gift from the universe. This may be something tangible or the easing of a situation, a new friendship, love, or success. It may even come in the form of an unexpected opportunity or something your heart has long desired. Archangel Hope is bringing forward the fresh and unexpected for you. Your guidance is to look out for this blessing, however small, and receive it with thanks and pleasure. Archangel Hope is holding the cosmic door that allows it in, and she is assessing your response. Gratitude opens the floodgates to cosmic bounty, so be thankful, for then you will receive the abundance you deserve. Accept it with joy. Remember, you are living in a benign and generous universe that loves you and wants to give to you. So open your heart to the glorious and positive. And so this is just what we were talking about, right? See the gift in everything. Open yourself to that energy. Be grateful every time something shows up. And that is what allows more abundance to come into your life. How we accept the small thing, how we accept one thing is how we accept everything, right? And so really working with that energy, working with that knowledge. And this is also that energy where we said for some people, the change is going to be something unexpected. And it is going to be a gift. So it's like allowing ourselves to see that gift, even if it's something that really shifts our reality, that shifts our experience and makes us feel uncomfortable because it's unknown, right? Because it's different. to really embrace that and see that for the gift that it is, whatever is coming in for you and whatever is required of you in order to receive it. All right. And then we have Archangel Aurora. Welcome new beginnings. Let the sun shine in your life, right? With that beautiful yellow sun energy of today. Let the sun shine in your life. Look at that big, glorious sun behind her. Yeah, I love that. And these are the new beginnings that are coming. This is also the angels letting people know. Those of you who have been struggling, there is that light at the end of the tunnel, right? This can kind of be seen as a tunnel, and look at all of the beauty in there, right? And so it's just knowing that, and with hope, right? Continuing to have that hope that things are going to continue to improve, right? That if we focus on the internal, the external must eventually shift to match, right? So keep that focus, keep that gratitude, keep that heart center open, keep letting go, right? Surrendering, and really welcome these new beginnings. Welcome this beautiful gift, this beautiful cosmic gift that is absolutely on its way to you. Yeah. And then we had Archangel Dorenka fall out to hone your psychic abilities, see through illusion. And she comes out a lot, or he comes out a lot as well. And so just really working with, we talk about seeing beyond the illusion all the time, right? What's laid out right in front of us is not necessarily all there is. That is oftentimes illusion, right? And so we want to see through that. We want to feel through that is really the best way to do it, right? That's when we start activating those psychic senses, and when we move into that feeling. And so just really, I feel as though a lot of us, and we talk about this semi-frequently, right? We can feel the shifts and the changes that are coming, even if we can't see them manifested in our outward reality yet. So keep feeling into that, keep trusting that, keep expecting that, and stay receptive and open to it. All right, I love you guys. I appreciate you. I hope that you enjoyed this reading. If you liked this reading, hit that like button. It definitely helps. Drop a comment down below. Let me know how today's going for you. And there are links down below to donate if you feel so moved to do so. Also, my email's down below with a description of the different services that I offer if you want to reach out to me and do some work to really move you into this beautiful receptive space. And to move through any of these energies, please reach out to me. I love working with you guys one-on-one. It's such an honor and a privilege. I appreciate you. Have a beautiful, beautiful Tuesday, and I will talk to you soon.